forget about it, but we have to talk about it. So join us on the program today. All Round Football live on Diamond FM, your shining supreme station. The number to call in 0916159111. You can send us a message via WhatsApp also on that number. My name is Babajide Olúwaṣeun. Let us welcome the guys with us in the studio today, Samson Adeyemi and WD. Samson, good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Well, good morning. Finally, the transfer window is finally over. Now you can rest and focus on the new season.
All right.
Really.
WD, good morning to you. How are you doing today?
Well, today it's a cold morning, but the weather is doing us one kind. But we are good. We're great to be here talking sports, yeah.
All right, let's get into the conversation right now. Before we begin to have a look at some of the deadline day moves in the transfer window yesterday and how it unfolded, and also realizing that our own Victor Osimhen does not get the chance now to move, or did not get the chance to move to Chelsea. He has few more days left until the Saudi transfer window shut. Will he eventually make that move? Well, we're here to begin the analysis. But before that, let us have a look at what is happening right now in Nigerian football. Let's talk about Bruno Labbadia. Ladies and gentlemen, from yesterday, everything has turned upside down because the coach, Bruno Labbadia, has now turned down the opportunity to become the new head coach of Nigeria's senior national team, male national team, the Super Eagles. According to the report, without signing and sealing that contract, the Nigerian Football Federation released that statement earlier this week, confirming that this man was going to be in charge of the Super Eagles, starting with the AFCON qualifiers that will be coming up next week. Now, to be in our own surprise, we then realize that they had not, crossed every details out. They had not come to a full conclusion, and then they've rushed, apparently, to make that decision and to go ahead to make an announcement. So what has come out of this? The questions we ask ourselves this lovely Saturday morning. Why did the NFF rush into making the announcement without even formalizing every single detail? The detail, according to the general report right now, has to do with tax payment. The Nigerian Football Federation could not guarantee that they were going to pay the taxes in both Nigeria and also in Germany. And the coach, without that confirmation and that commitment from the NFF, has decided right now to walk away from that deal. Well, let us try as much as possible to hold back in our conversation and also the analysis, but every bloom right now is targeted at the doorstep of the Nigerian Football Federation. Well, what are your response to that? Let me start with you, Samson Adeyemi, on this conversation.
Well, that's what you get when you fail to do the right thing at the right time. You want a coach, you went for him, and you have an agreement as in initial conversation about becoming the national team coach. Then eventually, the contract has not been signed. Then you went ahead and announced it. I don't know. I didn't be in another country. I think by now some people will have been resigning their position at the top of NFF office. But right now nobody is talking anything. But remember, when you got winds of the report that this becoming the NFF and the Super Eagles coach, you said that it's unconfirmed. Then eventually the following day, maybe 24 hours later, we had the rumor and full news that he has been confirmed as the NFF, as in the Super Eagles coach. But right now, as things are going, I think the NFF are the only person to be blamed. The only body to be blamed at this point in the time, because you have not agreed, you have not signed the dotted line, then you went ahead and announced him. But I will give them the kudos for not allowing them to be swayed of paying the tax here in Nigeria at the same time in Germany, because that would be an extortion.
Yes.
So I think they did right in that particular point, but they will have agreed everything before coming out with the report.
You're right. WD, do you have a differing opinion, or you also agree with Samson on this?
Well, in every way I agree with them, but at the same time I want to, actually look at it from this angle. Now, you see, for me, I feel that it is the lack of foresight when it comes to the NFF in this case. Now, you already have an idea that this is what you want. You already have an idea that, okay, we want a foreign coach. We need to go for a foreign technical advisor. Accepted. We've been saying that for well over 2-3 months.
Yes.
You understand? Now, you had a whole lot of suitors. You had a whole lot of people. Now, you finally decided that this guy I'm going to pick. Fine. Good. Now, when contractual, discussion started, ordinarily you would have had it in the know that you will pay so tax in Nigeria, you pay in Germany.
Okay.
You don't have a problem with that at the initial stage, because ordinarily on the table the contracts are, everything is spelled out clearly. Now you now get to the point where you guys are advancing in talks, and you get to a point where he agrees that, okay, in principle that I will be your coach. The next thing you announce him, even without signing the dotted lines.
Crazy.
Then the next thing you now come back and say that you are reneging on the deal because you cannot pay tax here. You cannot pay. Look, if you didn't have money to sign a technical advisor, what's the point of of disturbing us Nigerians?
Yeah.
And telling us that Labadia is your new technical advisor.
Yes.
Go for a local coach if you don't have money to sign, and stop embarrassing us up and down. What's the meaning of all that nonsense?
I mean, as you guys are right, the joke, you would say...
The joke's on us now.
The joke is on us. The joke is on especially the Nigerian Football Federation. Maybe they were so eager to be another Fabrizio Romano that they decided to do a year ago, even before it was there on them. I think that's the only reason.
I'm beginning to think that we have a whole lot of mediocres, people who do not know anything about football management in the glass house.
So let us begin to trace the whole scenario leading up to what has happened in the last 24 hours. We have been looking for a coach for the Super Eagles, Finidi George, to replace him since, of course, he left that role. And this is more than 2 months, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been in this course to looking for. All of a sudden, there have been lots of conversation and criticism coming the way of the Nigerian Football Federation because of their inability to settle for a coach. The only saving grace was because in that period, there had been no major international football game, qualifier, World Cup, AFCON. But all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the AFCON qualifiers is coming up next week. And we're going to be having the doors open for these players on Monday. So then if you don't realize, with every of our conversation this last 2 months, we don't have a coach. And we promised Nigerians we were going to give them one before this set of qualifiers. So they rushed. Don't also forget that Labadia's name came out of nowhere.
Of course.
In the last 2 months, we have had different names that were close to this job. But all of a sudden, it was Labadia. We held it. But then you can now understand that they rushed into that conversation and into Labadia and into, of course, coming to that conclusion because of these AFCON qualifiers. So clearly, they could not tie down every detail. And as we mentioned earlier, the need and the urge for old men to want to take the job of Fabrizio Romano has also cost them, because now they rushed into it without properly identifying and sealing and signing all the details that would have maybe cost them another 2 weeks or 3 weeks that they could have maybe done earlier, which is what has led us into this mess. So now, as we are hearing, Osne Guavon will take charge of this team on the interim capacity for these qualifiers.
See,
and we are back to square one.
Those people are the glass house. We've been saying this. WD are just saying that some people don't know mediocres. Some people don't know anything about football, because before you can get a coach, especially when it is foreign coach, you have to sit down and have a conversation and tell him your plan. If you come up with some ideas that will help you, okay, you now say that, okay, this man is good for the job. Before you want to employ, before you now want to, okay, let's discuss the salary or every other details.
Yes.
But right now, I don't think nothing like that ever happened between NFF and the Labadia. But right now, let us just put that aside and let's look forward to the next international qualifier, because if we didn't start well, don't be surprised we won't go to AFCON.
Samson, forget we don't start. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
By the way,
forget it. We're not going anywhere.
By the way, this is not the first time that this will be happening as regards our federation rushing decisions and hasty in the announcement. It happened on the Magic Pinnick, even with Randy Waldrum. This same situation shocked Labadia in Germany when he heard that we had all analyzed and talked about him becoming the new coach. And he was shocked because he had not even agreed completely everything, which is why we are where we are. So at this point in time, as your introduction, Samson, had stated, ordinarily, individuals should be resigning from the Nigerian Football Federation as we speak. Let us also forget, when they came on board, Shogusa, we already said that they were not good enough. But we told Nigerians, you know what, you can take that people are not good enough, but look at their next actions for the next few months. It is from then on we will understand if they are good enough or not. And ever since then, a couple of their actions have been having ripple effect on Nigerian football.
Of course.
Have a look at our league. Look at where our teams are on the continent.
Jide, please.
Then, of course, have a look also at where we are now with our national team. Their inaction and misaction is about to lead us to not just exit from the World Cup, but a disaster of qualifying for the AFCON, all within the space of 1 year.
Jide,
Yes.
look, let us be very sincere with ourselves. Remember when we were talking about when Gusau came into this position as the NFF chairman? Remember I said at that point in time that the moment they had turned NFF election to that of it's a chairmanship or councillorship or House of Rep member election, that there was nothing that was going to come out of that was going to be good. Remember, I said that last year. Now, let's leave that to one side. Now, another thing again here is this. Let us look at exactly what has been the scorecard of the NFF, even during the period of Amaju Pinnick till now. Has there been a trajectory going forward, or has it been a steady decline? That's another thing you have to consider. Now, also look at most of the decisions that this particular NFF has been making in the last 1 year. Now, can you categorically tell me that it has been in the interest of Nigerian football, a NFF that cannot secure sponsorship, that cannot secure good deals for its own local league to improve its own local league, cannot create a concrete program that will develop football in its country? And you are telling, I don't talk.
So at the end of the day, with all our submissions here, we can then realize and trace that literally 80% of the decisions this current NFF board have made have not in any way benefited
99.
and improved Nigerian
99.9%.
I'm just trying to be modest.
Okay.
So this is why we go back again to the entire system that ushers in the NFF,
Yes.
the various even state associations in football wise. We need to go back and look at that system
spreading money up and down.
find a way now to alter it, find a way to modify it, because if this system continues, the decay is just starting. This is just the beginning. Even if this whatever associations decide, okay, we don't want this current concern of this board, let's bring in a new one. It will be the same system that ushers this new. It will usher in another set of mediocres,
It will be worse than this.
which is why we need to again, as a nation,
Sit down.
look at the constitution if we can, and even have the federal government come in and have a look at a system that then changes this whole nucleus and this system of ushering NFF president, and find a new system to bring in new individuals at this point in time. Well, let us continue with the conversation. But what we do know right now is that it is Austin Eguavon who would then take charge according to the report of everything. We are also streaming live now on YouTube, guys, at Diamond885TV. So you can go there and you can also watch us live all round football on YouTube at Diamond885TV. So what are your conclusions though on this matter?
See, I don't even know what to say again, because they agree that we don't want local coach
Yes.
anymore. We want to go foreign.
Yes.
Now we are coming back to the same local coach.
Yes.
Why don't you just try and give the coach to who you think that can do that Nigeria are clamoring for in the first place? Remember, before Finidi just came in,
Yes.
it was Amunike.
Yes.
That was on the forefront of to become the national team coach. But eventually, from nowhere, Finidi just named post and they eventually appoint him as the Super Eagles coach.
Okay.
And after some games,
Yeah.
you said, okay, it's not good enough. Maybe for the rest of Nigerians, that okay, this guy is not good enough. Fine, you want him to go. There's another coach here that can do the same job even better.
Right.
Why don't you just go for him? Because all this money that you are talking about when it comes to foreign coach,
Yeah.
can the NFF afford to pay?
All right.
After maybe 6 years, 6 months or one year, if the guy said want to go, can we boast ourselves that we did not hold him? Can he not go take us to FIFA?
What is your
any other place to collect his money?
WD, your final submission on this?
My final submission is this. Look, it is very, very regrettable and very, very embarrassing that we find ourselves in this position. But I do not know when we will start thinking the right way and start having the right mindset. Look, for me, I am tired of all this issue about let's get a foreign coach. If we are going to have local, let's have local. If we are going to have just give us something.
And my own final submission is what, of course, I had said probably 3 years ago, and I think it's still in place right now. We're not getting anything right in terms of our Nigerian football, the league, the organization, the quality of players returning in, even the quality of coaches. It's not good enough. It's not the required that we can do better. So what do we need to do in terms of football? We need to completely overhaul the current structure and start all over again. And this time around, put in a mechanism with individuals. I don't mind at this stage if we go foreign. Bring people from outside with a tested system and structure, bring them in and have them improve it. Because all of a sudden, even the people who are here, I don't even have faith and trust in them. What do we need to do? I think if it's necessary, we need to collapse and stop football in Nigeria.
God bless you.
Stop it for a year or two. Let's just not have anything.
Which is why I don't even
and
want
then
to
you
qualify.
begin all over again. I don't mind a ban. And I don't want the federal government involvement in football anymore. I don't want government involvement in Nigerian football anymore. I want it to be privately run. Remo Stars, just an aside, beyond limit, sold another player to Lille yesterday. Don't also forget that they sold another player, 800 million, just a couple of days ago. Please, we have private individuals who can actually run this football, make money, and at the same time improve talent. And also we can export and keep them within the league. Tanzania cannot be having a better run league than Nigeria. Benin Republic cannot be having a better run league than Nigeria. Even with inferior quality, we can do better. And the time to act is now. It's now. Please, if we continue to delay this decay, the decay already will last us, that as we are right now, it will last us another 10 years. It is confirmed. So if we can start to act now, we can even correct it. Maybe by 10 years' time, we can be on that level. If not, this is just the beginning.
Another generation.
Which level are you talking about?
All right. So let us have a look at one or two more. Frank Onyeka, he completed the move to Augsburg, so he's left Brentford. He's happy. Augsburg also, they're happy to have him. They call him an important player, and he wants to play week in, week out. But let's talk about even Tony, though. He goes to Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. Wow. They eventually get their boy for a lot of money, but it also means our own Victor Osimhen does not go to Al Ahly. He also does not go to Chelsea. They tried Chelsea, but at the end of the day, they couldn't get him. And this is a player who remains at Napoli. And as we all know right now at Napoli, they also don't want to see Victor Osimhen at all.
I think it's not yet all over for Victor Osimhen to move to Saudi Arabia, because that's, for me, that's his only card that he has left on the table.
The window shut on Monday.
So
the only club that was interested is Al Ahly, except another club comes in with the same offer. He remains at Napoli.
You see, Bajide, you recall a couple of days we were still on this on Sport Track, and we're talking about Victor Osimhen. I said, the moment you start prioritizing money as over your career as a footballer, I'm coming. It gets to a point where you totally lose sight of what is important and what is not.
So do you think he prioritized money?
For me, I think that is the case, because I'm coming now.
How?
I'm coming.
Where are you coming to?
Now,
WD.
what I'm saying is this. Now, he had opportunities with other teams, with other suitors who could have actually come in for him if he was able to actually tell or make Napoli, the board at Napoli, reduce his release clause or reduce his wages. Now, where the problem is for me, where I feel that he and Chelsea did not meet on the same table, was because of his ridiculous wages.
No.
Ridiculous. No. African Footballer of the Year. The player who can guarantee you 20 Premier League goals is asking for 300.
Let me come in at this point.
Come in, please.
I didn't want to go for the money. We won't be discussing this.
He went to Al Ahly.
We have gone to our Saudi.
Why is it still coming now?
Wait. Now, this one in time. All he wants from Chelsea is that Chelsea to allow him to go permanently. And Chelsea want a loan and with an obligation.
What he had always said. Right from day one, he always said, I want to go on a permanent deal.
Because that particular loan decision was a last minute effort by Chelsea.
No. That's what Chelsea have been putting on the table from the negotiation.
I'm not going
to because Chelsea are also considering financial fair play.
Yes.
Because if they know that if they put like 60 or 70 million on the table for Victor Osimhen, they will have been in the problem with the FFP.
Yes.
Now, right now, they want a loan with an obligation to buy next summer, which means if they didn't eventually get what they want from him, they will send him back to Napoli that he already decided to leave.
But it is, at the end of the day, do we agree it's a disappointment that he doesn't, at this point in time, get that move at this point in time?
To Chelsea or to Al Ahly?
To Chelsea.
To Chelsea, I don't think it's a disappointment because he doesn't want to go to Chelsea on loan. And I completely agree with him.
Okay, but do we agree that it's a disappointment altogether that even if it is Chelsea, he didn't get that move. He didn't get the move to any other club because no other top club wanted him. And even if he goes to Saudi Arabia, people still see it as a disappointment, even with the money he gets. So at the end of the day, a boy who everyone was talking about joining a side like Madrid and Barca does not eventually get that move and doesn't even get the top club in Europe to go to, and doesn't still get Saudi Arabia as we speak right now.
Remember when we started this Victor Osimhen issue in the first place earlier this summer, I said it that it's discipline issue from last season. We eventually come back to Hudson.
Discipline?
Yes.
With who?
With the Super Eagles and even the club also.
Do you think the Europeans care with Super Eagles?
They care.
Because with Napoli, he was even the one who was disgraced by the social media handle.
Well, either disgrace or no disgrace, what he did eventually will eventually come back, and he's coming back right now. That is why the Napoli doesn't want him to be in their first team. That's why the new coach doesn't even try him. He doesn't want to see him face to face.
This is what I believe. This is what I believe at the end of the day. Victor Osimhen is a fantastic striker on his day, but all of a sudden his stocks have dropped just a tiny bit. And if he was, say, worth 50, if he was worth, as Ivan Toney is, 40 million pounds, and his salary is within 150, 200, he would have gotten a move to a top club.
Even PSG.
But because his worth was just too much, considering what he was, that move was never going to happen. That's what I think at the end of the day.
Jide, look, I know what I'm about to say right now. A whole lot of people are going to come at me this morning, but I really don't care.
All right.
Now, the issue is for me, I will tell you categorically, point blank, Osimhen is not worth 50 million.
Pounds.
For me, he's not worth
Currently.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are about this issue, but for me, he's not worth 50 million pounds.
Okay.
Let us be very sincere with ourselves. Look, you have one season, you scored 26 goals, you took your
good
to the Scudetto. Very good. The next season, you had injuries for maybe I think about 2 months.
Yeah.
You came back, scored 16 goals at the end of the season.
Not bad also.
Not bad as well. Now, for me, how does a club put a 90 or it is it and it's 110 million euro this clause on you now, and you as a player, you are comfortable with it? You are comfortable saying that, okay, yeah, I'm this highly rated, but at the end of the day, what happens to the other clubs that really want you?
Yeah.
What happens to the other clubs that will give you an opportunity to play?
Right. I also agree with him that
you make yourself inaccessible.
I agree with WD. That's why I think so. These clubs saw this and decided, let's walk away.
Before the 110 million euro was inserted in his contract, he signed a new contract, isn't it? And his money was raised.
Yes, 300.
And he agreed.
Yes.
As long as you are agreeing for a new salary your salary to be added, you must agree to reduce cost to be inserted in your contract also.
Okay.
Now, right now, his form didn't drop. His discipline record didn't affect him.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Victor Osimhen is still worth 70 to 80 million pounds in the current transfer.
70 to 80 million pounds.
Forget whatever you want to say, because if they can buy somebody of like Anthony for that amount of money, even Nunes for that amount of money, then don't tell me that Osimhen does not worth 50 million.
You cannot equate Osimhen's transfer or with that of Anthony.
Let me say this.
Anthony was a bit of bad business.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Four presidents in the Europe club's side are the most difficult president to negotiate with.
And Napoli's president is one of them.
The Tottenham president, Daniel Levy, is one of them. Benfica president is one of them. Even this guy from France, I forget his name now, at Lyon, Jean-Claude Allah, what is his name?
Jean-Claude Allah.
Yeah. So if you want to negotiate with them, you have to be very stubborn. You can get whoever you want to get. So Napoli, Victor Osimhen agree for salary raise, then you must agree.
Do we think another club comes in from Saudi Arabia before their window shut on Monday?
Even I think the Al-Ahly still want him, but
they've already signed Ivan Toney. They have a quota for professional players, for foreign players to join, and at this point in time, they have already exceeded those quota.
Within now and tomorrow morning, they might loan Ivan Toney out and even getting Victor Osimhen.
They will loan Ivan Toney out.
Yes, within the Saudi year.
All right, let's see. So let's keep an eye on what happens on that front there. But we're going to come back, of course, to the transfer stories. But let us first of all listen to managers speak ahead of that top game coming up tomorrow in the English Premier League.
Hi, we've been waiting for news on Scott McTominay and Manuel Ugarte for a couple of days now. I know there's not been any official announcement, but
lineup. In an ideal world, yes, but I don't think you're going to give us that. Are we looking at the same again, or do you have more options this weekend?
Now we have so Mason Mount. We all have seen he's not available for the weekend, and then I think that's it. And for the rest, is the same squad as last week.
And with Liverpool.
So you listen to Ten Hag briefly giving us an update on the team to expect there. He says it is the same for last week. Is that team good enough? They lost to Brighton, but they barely lost to Brighton. That game could have and should have ended in a victory for Man United, but somehow Brighton sneaked it up late on in that game with some childish defending and organization from Man United. This is part of their learning curve there. But if Liverpool think for a second they're going to go over there to Old Trafford and walk all over Man United, then Arne Slot should think again, because they'll be up for the battle. That's my thought. But what are your thoughts, though, on that particular tie?
Well, for me, I feel that it's going to be an evenly balanced, fixture for calm down first. I'm coming now.
I'm not talking to you.
Why can't you leave him for WD and just look at us and just talk WD?
See, it's going to be. It's for me.
Yeah.
I feel it's going to be a balanced fixture, but
Okay.
I feel on the paper for me,
Okay.
I feel Liverpool have the upper hand at this point in time. Now, like you said,
Yeah.
Ten Hag has said yes, they are actually trying to rebuild, trying to get through that learning curve and get to where they want to get to.
Yes.
But for me, I feel that looking at the Premier League teams that have actually hit the ground running, Liverpool are one of those teams up there, and Liverpool actually are on a set
Full of confidence also?
Yeah. They're so full of confidence. They are pumped up at this point. So for me, I feel going into this match, yes, Man United playing at Old Trafford almost going to be difficult. But for me, I see Liverpool coming out with a win.
All right. I see Man United doing something. But he has seen Liverpool with the win. What do you see, Samson?
You see, and I think for the first time, this will be a big, real test for Arne Slot, being a Liverpool coach. All the preseason matches, all the 2 matches he has played previously in the Premier League is something. It's not.
So this is first real test he
The
gets.
first real test is get. So if he can maneuver and get 3 points away from Old Trafford, then all the U19 teams in Premier League will have to think.
But do we agree he's the favorite based on the football we've seen from his side in the first 2 games?
I don't think it's a favorite.
Okay.
Because when it comes to the national rivalry, France goes out of the window.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very
But,
ready.
but if you look at on paper, apart from the factors of the rivalry and all,
Liverpool
on
have the better
paper,
players now.
do they have the better players? Do they have the better form on paper?
No.
Liverpool.
Yes, I will tell you why.
Okay.
Player for player, the only department that I think Liverpool is better is maybe their goalkeeping department.
Goalkeeping.
Yes.
You don't think Liverpool have a better attack than Man United?
I don't think so.
You don't think Liverpool have a better midfield than Man United?
I will say this. I will say this now. The attack that Manchester United gather together right
It's
now.
better.
If they get a good coach, someone like Pep Guardiola or like Jurgen Klopp.
Okay.
Who are the people inside the attack?
Now,
Wait.
Yeah.
Because we have to go on a quick commercial break now.
with somebody like Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola or Arteta, they will do something with that attack. You cannot have somebody like Rashford on the pitch and be afraid of not scoring goal.
Okay.
The same thing applicable to Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
And every other player, even all along. If somebody like Guardiola handle that guy, you know that he's one of the best guys.
So you see this as 50-50.
50-50, God bless you. This national derby.
Is Bruno Fernandes a
national
9?
rivalry.
Is he a 9?
Wait. All right.
It's not a 9, but can give you 15 goals every season.
How many goals did he score last season?
Arne Slot, let's bring him in at this point.
Out with either to dinner but that's not something we've done in the past. That's for that we don't know each other well enough.
All right, there you have it, of course, with the manager saying we don't know each other well enough, so we're still getting, of course, to know ourselves at this point. Please listen to this announcement. Do you want to write an English test for study, work, or immigration purpose? My Admission Educational is glad to introduce Ilorin First Computer-Based Test Center for TOEFL, GRE, Pearson, VUE, and more. My Admission Link Educational. You don't need to travel to Lagos or Abuja to write these tests again. There is now an approved test center in Ilorin, Kwara State. We are offering $60 discount on registration from now until September 15th, 2024 for the first 20 candidates. test center address is number 8 Abdulrazak Street, GRA, Ilorin, Kwara State. You can call or send a message via WhatsApp on this number 070-130-12390 or 0912-786-2906, or visit the website at www.myadmissionlink.com. And we have messages coming in right now, back, of course, from that short time out on WhatsApp. This one says, the dichotomy between fame and wealth is wide. What would he have won? Champions League, World Cup, or World Club Championship, Ballon d'Or? Then what else? Tired legs, few enviable deposit in his banks, and the pocket of investment. He will retire and start forcing himself to be recognized at soccer fiestas. I don't blame him for opting for money. Ask Christian Chukwu. If not for Otedola, he would have long time died ago in penury. Victor Osimhen, I don't blame you. Quality money is the answer to future investment. It's a message from Barrister Biodun Fagbemi. All right, talking, of course, on our conversation with Victor Osimhen and urging him to please go for the money. He has not done that at this point. Don't forget again that we are live on YouTube at Diamond885TV. So you can watch us live on YouTube at Diamond885TV. Let us have a look at more of your reaction. Good morning, guys. Now that the virus has left United, we can now focus on the ones who have United DNA in them. Osimhen arrogance cost him, Alege Ibrahim. Do you agree that some virus have left, or the virus has left? Because some of us still feel there will always be the virus at Man United.
Man United has always been plagued with viruses, and this is
somebody said that they are the virus. The players go in there and then they get corrupted.
Obviously, because
you never know.
The system itself is plagued with viruses, different types.
Before Sancho came in, he was one of the best players in Bundesliga, and he came eventually died down.
Maybe he wasn't just good enough for the Premier League.
I don't know. What are you saying? He has played in the English before he went to Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
He eventually came back, and the same thing applicable last season. Before he went back to Borussia Dortmund.
Thank God now for this move to Chelsea. We see it firsthand. Because I think that is a total disaster of a move.
Look at it from this perspective. You see, any player that leaves Man United, you understand, obviously goes elsewhere to thrive. Now, one very, very lovely example is Mason Greenwood. Look at what he's doing at Marseille. For me,
he's not doing badly before he left Manchester United.
It wasn't never. It's just because of the whole allegations.
He was not doing badly because he was one of the best shining stars when he was at Manchester United.
Let's talk about Raheem Sterling also to Arsenal. What are your thoughts, Samson?
Well, I think traveling within three clubs in 2 seasons now, it's not. I don't think it's a good thing for a top player of Raheem Sterling.
Okay, you think he's a top player?
I think he's a top player.
Yeah, I agree with you also.
But if Guardiola can push you out, went to Chelsea within a space of 1 or 2 seasons, you are being pushed out also from that particular team.
Then there's something wrong.
Something is wrong somewhere. Maybe discipline-wise, I don't know. But when it comes to footballing, I think Raheem Sterling is one of the.
All right, he said it. He said that Arsenal are going to see the real him. Same with the fans and for the rivals. Finally, Arsenal get somebody who's completely different and a natural winger. They've not had that with the players like Martinelli, or Trossard, or even Bukayo Saka. Now, this is a proper winger, the traditional winger in England who will take you on, who will attack, who can beat you one-on-one. But, of course, the issues are there. But if you remember how he flourished under Mikel Arteta, alongside Pep Guardiola at Man City, you look at the positives. I think it's a pretty smart move from Arsenal. I think he again can play on the left, on the right. It's a fantastic deal from an Arsenal perspective, and I think they're going to enjoy him. Will he win them the title? I don't think so, but he will, as usual, get them competitive and keep them up in terms of numbers.
Well, it might have been the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
it might have been, but right now let's wait and see. But all they have to do, if they want him to perform very well, they should sit him down. At times he always has a psychological issue, not based on football, not based on the pitch. From the house.
All right.
So what you have to talk. Yes.
All right.
It has happened over the year when he was at Liverpool.
All right.
The coach has to call him. What is wrong with you? And I said that he's having issue with his girlfriend, with his baby mama.
So you are saying there's always going to be an issue. But there are other players who always have issues.
Yes.
Kyle Walker also is part of that.
See the way and the manner you deal with your emotions is different from what I deal with mine.
So at the end of the day, you are saying that he still has the baggage
yes.
of psychological
But when it comes to
issues.
football, he can give you what you want. 100%.
But when he was at Man City, did he not have those psychological issues?
Yeah, we know that.
But we also saw
we know that. We saw that he had deep in form sometimes.
Which player in this world does not have a deep in form?
But it should not be constant.
Even Haaland has deep in
It should
form.
not be constant.
Constant in what sense?
For a top player like him, they want him to be in your regular first 11.
So if last season now, Kai Havertz, when he had the dip in form, was there psychological issue?
It might be psychological. You never can tell.
So my point is, at the end of the day, whether psychological, whether of course physical, everybody has the issues, even at work.
Yes.
But we come up and we do the job.
Of course.
And even with psychological issues, I've seen players put up assists and goals.
Yes.
I'm not saying Raheem Sterling is going to go there and light up the Premier League with Arsenal. But what I'm saying right now is that they get a good player in that squad.
Top player.
And of course, he's better than Bruce Nelson and Nketiah put together. Both of them right now have gone. One has gone to Crystal Palace and the other has gone to Fulham on loan. That's 3 former Arsenal players at Fulham.
WD is
outstanding. He's been quiet.
Yeah, he's looking at you.
I'm looking at it. He's been quiet though on the Raheem Sterling conversation there. But I know, of course, deep down inside, he sees something good in there.
Yeah, I don't see anything good, Jide. Don't prod me to speak. I don't see anything good in that.
So you agree your club has messed up?
See, for me, I feel that I feel that this window for me has been very disappointing. I would not mince words with you. I am angry.
Okay.
Because look, we had the opportunity to get good players out there.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the project, keeping with the project of okay, fine, bringing in mixing youth and experience. Accepted.
Yeah.
Now, experience. Reason why you brought in Merino.
Yeah.
Now,
who is now out injured for the next 2 months?
God knows how many.
2 months, 6 to 8 weeks.
You want to talk about youth? You want to talk about aggressive? You want to talk about still bites in the defense? You brought in Calafiori. No problems with that. We've had this issue of a forward player for a long period of time. Arteta has failed to
over 500 million spent in the last 2 windows.
So what are you telling me now?
All right, but I mean, yours is still better. 500 million. You are competing for the title. The only problem is that you're just finishing second. For Chelsea, when this Todd Bowley came in, this window that we just ended yesterday was the window they told us at the end of this window, this project is going to bang. Now the window are shut. Does it appear that this project under Bowley is going to bang?
See, the coach made a mistake by allowing some of the players left. Chelsea.
So your idea is no, you don't think so?
I don't think so. It's not up to 50% right
Jesus
now.
Christ!
I'm telling you, because those players that he brought in now, that they think that they're going to work well at the end of the day, they'll be disappointed because most of them don't have the EPL experience.
James Ward-Prowse to Nottingham Forest is a loan deal. Alton Odegaard from Crystal Palace to Leicester City. Of course, it's another loan deal in there. Maxwell Cornet, Southampton to West Ham. Matt Turner, the former Arsenal goalkeeper, Nottingham Forest to Crystal Palace, a loan deal also. Armando Broja, Chelsea to Everton, loan with the option to sign for Everton, also I think 20 million or thereabout. Edin Nketiah has finally left Arsenal for Crystal Palace. Wate also has left PSG for Man United, £50 million also on that front. Then Arsenal got the goalkeeper Neto from Bournemouth to Arsenal also in there. We've had a look now at the transfer window. They are short. We don't have enough time. Does your top 4 still remain the same? Don't forget we have one more shot at our prediction for our top 4. That will be sometime in October, November. But right now, what's your top 4 based on how everyone's business has ended?
Well, I think Arsenal to win the league.
All right.
I'm really rooting for them.
All right, okay, you're rooting.
Banter aside.
All right, Arsenal, who again?
Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Tottenham. All right, so that's your top 4. Yes. How about you, WD?
Well, most definitely Arsenal.
Okay.
I'm also looking at Liverpool. I'm looking
Liverpool
at
second, or in no particular order?
In no particular order.
Okay.
I'm looking at Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm looking at Man City, and I'm hoping that this time around Manchester United will get their name right.
I'm looking at Liverpool and Arsenal as definitely the sides to challenge at Man City. I wish, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I would wish I had the Arsenal defense alongside the ones that I have. If I had that, Liverpool spot on take that title with that attack. I think they have the best attack, bar Man City. And if I am Arsenal, I would love a situation where I had that Liverpool attack. Add to what I have, I would say spot on, you're winning the title. But as things stand right now, it is overwhelmingly non-contestable. Man City win the title this season. Arsenal, Liverpool battle for second and third. And I'm still thinking that Man United get into that top
For me,
four.
that's my
So
thinking
that's it
as
for
well.
me.
Maybe.
But Man City, not contestable.
Sorry.
They win this title.
Sorry to Manchester United fans out there, but I think Tottenham will take it ahead of them.
All right.
Let's wait and see.
All right, so let's talk about Arsenal. They are home to Brighton. Any surprise there in terms of a defeat or victory?
I think a 2-2 draw will go for Arsenal.
2-2 draw?
Yes.
At
Because
home?
at home, I don't see them beating Brighton.
Two of the sides with their unbeaten,
Goes
winning
good.
100% record.
It's going to
How about Newcastle at home to Tottenham, man? What a tie. Anyhow, both of them have, their first 2 games, 4 points each. They like to play a good brand of football also from a Tottenham perspective. Newcastle have not just hit top gear. They wanted Elanga in the last few hours of the transfer. It didn't happen. What do you make of
They
Newcastle?
want to kill Nottingham Forest. If they should take Elanga away from that team,
Kilo Tunku.
Kilo Tunku. So they should allow Elanga to stay back and enjoy his football there. But I think Newcastle is going to edge this.
You edged it because they are home, or?
Yes, because they are home.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We're going to come back, of course, to more of the details, but let's go on social media. This one is from, it says, Man United is selling Sancho for £25 million after a 1-year loan, while Chelsea sold Ian Martin to Aston Villa for £35 million. Both had strong performance at Dortmund. You cannot say the same, though. He said, but Sancho, being an attacking player, should command a higher fee. Man United's indecisiveness led to a lower price. Selling him in June or July could have fetched nearly double. You think so? Who put £50 million or £40 million on Sancho?
If not because of the transfer deadline, do you think they will get companies?
A set of mediocre running their affairs, Nigerian football, and we're expecting good result. Mbano, not until we have the right-thinking people at the glass house, things will continue to deteriorate. Well, at this point in time, things are looking bright for Debelicious in the building, who of course has stepped in and she's taking us to another corner. Debelicious, good morning to you. Where are you taking us to today at Diamond FM?
Yes, so my amebo people I hail in a job.
Greet you.
Don't forget to greet you.
I greet
my
you too.
Personal person. I don't carry a wolf bracket. I can't give my people. Now, messydata.com.ng.
Okay.
Messydata.com.ng.
All right.
MTN data share now for 260 naira we go receive am. MTN SME now 265 naira. MTN CG na 275 naira.
Messi data.
MTN Awoof na 230 naira. Airtel 310 naira. Glow na 300 naira. Nine Mobile na 200 naira. The customer care to reach messydata.com.ng na 090 650
Okay.
68900 090 650 68900. Now messydata.com.ng. Don't give us this kind correct awoofu.
All right, thank you, Debelicious, for this update from the stables of Mercy Data. Well done, guys. I don't know what is wrong with Victor Osimhen. He said he didn't want to play for money. That is why he rejected move to Saudi, and he said he likes to play for Chelsea. Why he didn't want to accept what Chelsea offer him? And also now Arsenal fans saying Raheem Sterling is good. Well, let's wait and see. Sikiru Agbiyongi, and he has a point. Raheem Sterling wanted to leave, wanted to play. He took 50% pay cut. I mean, just to join, make that move. If Arsenal are paying less than 50%, according to the report of the what's the word now? The salary that he earns at Chelsea, and the player's accepting that he's moved there to the club on a loan deal. So why can't Victor Osimhen make that sacrifice also?
Don't deceive yourself. We are an Africans. You know, football is the name of the game. So if you fail to gather the money now, when will you do that?
Nanfan Godfrey from Ilori says, good morning, Babajide and the crew. Wow, I'm happy seeing you guys on YouTube for the first time. Omo, that beard fits you. Who's that? Who's on beard? WD. Samson is on beard also. He says, for my club, Man United, I didn't expect much from them. I don't want to have heart attack. Great job. Have a great day. Nanfan Godfrey, good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning, JD and the co-analyst. I don't think Osimhen attitude here in Nigeria affected his shortage of suitors. It is just that his wage demands were too much for clubs to cope with. As for Arsenal, all the best, and we hope to have luck with injuries with our shortage in attack line. Well done, guys. Daniel from Elisha. Do they have depth? We'll have time to talk about this. But do they have depth in attack?
Merino came in for his first
We do not.
session. He was
We do
injured.
not.
So
Do they have depth in attack?
Arsenal do not.
they have,
On the left hand side they have Martinelli and Trossard. On the right hand side now
Yeah,
you have
Saka.
to say Saka
Saka
and
and Sterling.
Up front Harvard.
Harvard
And whoever can play up there. Okay, Gabriel Jesus, and of course Martinelli, and of course Trossard.
Do you realize we have close to 8 players in defense?
No. Defense wins you what? Titles.
Okay.
Apart from except your Arsenal.
Okay. Attack wins you what?
Matches. That's all. So Arteta is focused on titles and not matches.
All right.
But this season, I have to say it. This season, if he goes again and doesn't win anything, talking EFL Carabao Cup, Champions League, of course, not going to happen. But Premier League, FA Cup, if he doesn't win anything, please, by all means, if anyone asks for Arteta to be fired, I will be at the forefront to join them. Because he has been gotten and given enough time. Same with Erik ten Hag. If you do anyhow this season, please, Edakun, fire him.
How much has he spent compared to Erik ten Hag?
I'm not comparing with anybody.
How much has he spent?
I'm not going to compare. I'm going to look at, and that's the problem that Nigerians have been doing. Everybody should focus on his own family.
See, the only person that you can say, okay, should be sacked if he failed to do well this season is Erik ten Hag. Because over the years, he has been spending a lot of money. But
Arteta has been at Arsenal how many years?
4 years now.
4.5 to 5 years.
5 years.
Bros, what has he shown for that?
Okay.
FA Cup and what?
Jurgen Klopp, how many years before he won?
Oh my God. FA Cup and what?
And 2 community shields.
More than FA Cup. Two FA Cups.
2 community shields.
2 FA Cups. 2 FA Cups.
Who has 2 FA Cup?
2 FA Cups.
Who has it?
2
Who has
community
2?
shields. 2 community
Don't let me
shields.
fight with you, Samson. Let's take this call.
You don't know my club pass me.
Hello, good morning. Who are we speaking with?
Abagona on the line.
Abagona, you are welcome. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, brother. Good day. You are welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Baba.
But I wasn't happy with my.
My God, that your line is not good. Please call us back. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. Chap. Go ahead. Who are we speaking with? Okay, let's have it.
Yeah, please, I love the analysis this morning. You understand? But the only thing is that when we're asking about what is happening to Man, I don't know if anyone has celebrating about us. But let's wait and see. This is what we always change. It's not easy to be telling a man with a wife, to be judging a man with 2 wives. You don't know what is happening. These are Liverpool and Man U in Twitter just to asking the lady to talk about it. You don't know what to say.
Okay, wait. This one says
exactly this was problem.
This message is a love affair.
If I enter you now, you start complaining again.
Wait. This one says, for the first time, WD saw Man United as a club that can compete. Rain will fall today.
Obviously,
it's a message from Barrister Bedouin Fagbemi.
If we all right, you not agree.
Wisdom from Oshogo says, Babajide, Arsenal cannot win anything this season except they reinforce that team with some matured and experienced players. Oh, wisdom. That wisdom that you used to drop that comment. May God not hold it back from you in Jesus' name. This one says, also read my message, Nahaba. Good morning, my people. To be honest, if Osimhen happens to be my brother and refuse to go to Saudi, I won't be happy with him. He's an African. Even after his football career, people would still demand from him. Yes, so it is better for him to go to Saudi now and make enough money for generations to come. Football for Africans is to make money, not to win. Don't forget that. We'll not forget it. But of course, he also has to achieve. Let's not forget that football, where we went into it, is for money. It's a profession. But also for us to achieve. What will be the end when we are done with our career and there's no achievement?
God bless you,
Look at me. I love what I'm doing. I love it. This is our job. But what will be the achievement at the end of the day?
Go and ask Oscar. Oscar will explain to you very well.
All right. To wrap up the program, the 8th National Youth Games Zonal Elimination Football result in Osun State. In no final score, Lagos won with Oyo. Second match, final score, Ogun losing to Osun by 2-0. At the end of the day, Osun State male under 15 football team has qualified for the National Youth Games after winning 2-0 on aggregate versus Ogun State team. They will then play in the final match of the Southwest Zonal Elimination Playoff. It is currently going on in Osogbo. It will be 2 p.m. also, Osun State versus winner B. In basketball, as we are also learning right now, as things are, we also have, of course, we're having Osun State 16 points to Odo State 14 in the third match there. So Osun, they have won 3 of the 4 matches to be played in the male category of this event. Osun State male basketball team also have qualified for the National Youth Games. The Osun State female team also won 1 and lost 1. Their game will continue also today. The Southwest Zonal Elimination. We're going to wrap up the program, but let's take one more call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Muhammad calling from Surulere here in Ilorin.
All right, chap, man.
So, good day to the fellow analysts in the house.
Yeah, good morning.
I want to let you know that Chelsea is going to finish above Man United and Tottenham this season.
In the
No
top
matter how
four?
it is. Yes, in the top 4, yeah.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, my man. Have a nice day. Wolverhampton Wanderers, of course, they are going to be in action this weekend at the same side that Chelsea walloped by 6 goals to 2. They are away at Nottingham Forest. And for Chelsea, they are at home to Crystal Palace. The side was lost the most to Chelsea, you would say, most recent time in the Premier League. Newcastle United at home to Tottenham. The Chelsea game is 1:30 p.m. It is tomorrow. Arsenal kicks things off for us 12:30 p.m. Nigerian time today. In the Italian Serie A yesterday, we saw Inter Milan. What a performance and what a result. They beat Atalanta by 4 goals to nothing in that tie. Venezia losing at home to Torino by 1 goal to nothing there. Games coming up today. Juventus are at home to AS Roma. It is tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. AC Milan are away at Lazio, 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time. In the La Liga, Barca at home to Valladolid. What a Barca side. We're looking forward to get more wins there. Bilbao are at home to Atletico Madrid. I fear for Atletico Madrid today, 6 p.m. The Barca game is 4 p.m. Real Madrid should watch it. They are playing host to Real Betis, a side that they have failed. They've had some struggles with. That game is tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time there. Just a peek of the fixtures there. In the Europa League, we'll be having Tottenham are going to play against sides like Roma, Rangers, AZ Alkmaar, Karabakh, Galatasaray, Elfsborg of Sweden, Offenheim of Germany. And for Manchester United, they play against Rangers. They play Rangers at home, Porto away, PAOK at home, Fenerbahce away. Fenerbahce? Jose Mourinho, Bodo Glimt, Victoria Plzen, FC20. Yes, just FC20 at home also. Difficult for Chelsea. They're playing Ghent at home, Heidenheim of Germany, Astana, Shamrock Rovers of Ireland, Panathinaikos Nova also from Armenia. That's the show for today. The program will be back next week, Saturday, 8 a.m. in the morning. Sports Tracker is back on Monday, 7 a.m. WD, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
All right. God bless you, Samson Adeyemi. My name is Babajide Oluwaseun.
Waking up to the news of your favorite team losing can be so depressing. Cheer up, guys. All Round Football is here to ease your